Hey guys, Taylor and Wilson from Bag Riders here. Today we'll be continuing the E30 project. We are going to start pulling the suspension out of this thing, and we're doing a 5-lug swap on this to 5x120. The first thing we're going to do is get it up in the air, pull all the stock suspension out of it. A bunch of stuff came in. That's our whole rear setup. Not 100% sure on the condition of that. Have not opened it. We have front knuckles over here that are looking okay. I've literally opened the box just to check it out. So who knows? We may have some maintenance to do in that regard, but all the bits we need are here. Last time Will and I did battery relocation and worked on some of the management. That's going along nicely. Not quite complete yet, but it's close enough for now. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this thing up in the air and start really seeing if this thing is as clean as we think it is. What do you say, Wilson?
Let's do it.
Let's get it up. Oh! 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 So if anybody wants any BMW Frisbees, we've got 4 of them for you.
Not bad.
Actually, here, send it this way. I got it. All right, look at these. Look at these tiny little babies. 4x100. Wow, those axle nuts look pretty good, actually.
Where did we put the lock nut?
Oh, oh,
We're gonna need that.
oh. Dude, I probably threw it away. Whoops. Well, that was really smart of me to throw that away without thinking about it. This is why you buy the cheap Amazon tools.
So we got spline.
And then a hex.
Gonna.
We're really gonna. This is our one chance. And it's just spin, spin, spin. Well, I wanted to just pull this all off, but Wilson's a persistent son of a bitch. You cracked the thing loose.
Ah, sweet. Worked better than I thought.
He says, 17. Beautiful day out here in Vermont. And there's a 7 Series. Hi, 7 Series. We're just gonna name her Carol because she just keeps on coming back.
Carol Baskin.
Shout out to my boy Swoops. I'm gonna have him help make us some parts for both of these cars. That dude is talented AF, baby. This is a drag radial, dude.
The fool da.
Fooled didn't fool the me. We gotta name this thing Capito Senior. Don't do this at home. Balance is good. Alright, we popped the front suspension off of this thing. Didn't take too long. Everything came free relatively easily. That just fell out once we pulled the strut out. I know you're not supposed to leave brake calipers hanging like that, but we can't use those to my knowledge with the E36 knuckles. So F it, and I'm gonna replace brake lines anyway. So now we're doing the rear. We're gonna pop this thing up so we can look at it and get a bit of a plan of attack going. I'm hoping it's pretty easy. I think we maybe just want to pop the whole subframe off. What do you think?
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the easiest.
Yeah, the whole deal. So we're gonna do that. What are you doing, Taylor? Putting my life in the hands of this hoist support and wearing a sweatshirt in 90-degree weather, trying to zip these guys off because they're a problem childs. It's sketchy, but I trust it for the most part. I don't have a face mask, which sucks.
2 hours later.
Over there, let's try it. You're not supposed to use a prick punch to punch stuff, but I don't have a punch set here, so.
Ooh, I can see that whole thing shift.
Let's put this back on the left.
Yeah. Pads, right.
Here. Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I am sweating. Sweating like a preacher in the face of the Lord.
The jankiest lift ever.
But it was free, Wilson. We didn't have to pay for it.
I don't know if we need to give this guy a little lube.
Lube! Always oil your air tools. That's what we're up against. Returning to time-lapse mode. Alright, we're back, we're close. Wilson's finishing it off. We're trying to get to lunch. It's about 1 o'clock. We're ready for this thing to just come apart.
I'm disgusting in this.
Dude, we're covered. I'm covered. We're all covered in rubber
Feel how hot
shavings.
that drill is.
Dude, that drill's probably ripping hot. That thing sucks. We are making a mess. Somebody make a mess in the shop.
You got that air tool right there?
Oh yeah, I got this guy. The rubber burner 5000.
Yeah.
Get after it. Beep boop. We're both pretty over this right now. Both lifted.
Can you give it a little?
Did it come down?
Yeah, this side will come out.
Ooh, I don't know. I still get a good booger on there.
There we go. I'm gonna go up a little. Good. She's out.
We pulled it out. We you know, might not have been the proper way to do it, but it was
I'm tired. I'm hangry.
yeah, I'm gonna go get food and maybe never come back.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's what we're looking at. That was the, I mean the sleeve is
Yeah,
gonna
but like,
just get pressed
look
out,
at these
but-
bushings even just shot.
Oh, these things are
Everything's
schnockered.
shot.
Yeah.
Took longer than expected, but we did. We got it out. What else did we have planned?
This wasn't really in the plan. We just kind of did it.
Yeah, I'm glad we did it.
Yeah. All right, so we're calling it a day on the E30, but we did pull one part of the muffler off over here. We're kind of curious how this gutless piece of shit sounds. She's a beaut. She's a beaut. She looks good on the front. Front half is actually pretty good. Back half, not so much. Oh yeah, we got power, boys. See what we got here.
Sounds like a lawnmower. Not bad.
Sounds better than it did before. Okay, let's get out of here before we suffocate. All right, so yesterday, Wilson and I got the suspension out of here. Big old pain in the ass. Today, I'm gonna start disassembling the rear bits, and then I have the conversion parts here as well. Open those up, take a look at them, see what needs to get replaced. Shit ass job of packing. We're waiting on lower control arms. We could use the factory ones, but when you use the E30 control arms with the E36 style knuckles, and there's a major caster correction, but like I said, yet to see that, so I don't know if it's true. We want to get the rear subframe at least blasted so that we can recoat it with something. I'm going to do a little bit deeper assessment of rust repair that we have discovered. I was poking around this thing this morning when I got in, And we got a nice little crater. It's kind of crusty. That is a pretty cancerous zone, and I'm kind of worried that it's made its way into this cross member. Hopefully not. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Without further ado, cue the time lapse. Next thing that I'll be doing is testing these parts over here, which I have not opened yet. Poor packing job on the seller's part. Extremely poor job packing, but that's what you get when you buy stuff on eBay. A lot of incompetent people when it comes to packing things. All right, let's. I'm gonna wheel this over here and tear it open and see what we got. Alright, so I cracked this open, and we have the world's best pack job. This person really knows how to pack a package full of heavy shit. I am going to actually do a chargeback on these people. I'm going to be that guy. For $800 I paid for all of this stuff, you'd think the guy would put it right and maybe do a couple of boxes and not charge me $300 for a job of packing. So I'm a little bit frustrated, as you might be able to tell. And this guy is gonna get the full wrath of my PayPal clout. So, yeah. Well, that's and that's you just thought a couple of bricks of styrofoam was really gonna do the trick. Some people are just beyond help. Gonna have to fix that brake line thing. This guy is getting a 0-star review, and I'm gonna get some money back out of him. It's not how you pack stuff. All right, well, I'm gonna pull this out, make sure it fits, and then I'm gonna go start a dispute with this bastard. Now I'm gonna take these apart, put the diff back on the subframe, connect these trailing arms, make sure the axles are the right length. They should be. Then we'll go from there. I got one trailing arm on. I actually had to use the E30 axle. I don't remember them being pushed out back, so semi-concerned about where that will be positioning it in the wheel arch, but is what it is. I think it should be fine. There's not really any adjustment in these trailing arms, which kind of is unfortunate, but nature of the beast. This is a new platform for me, so I'm learning as I go. May end up getting a new differential just because, why not? Something with a better gearing and maybe limited slip, or that has limited slip options, or we could just weld this one and go with it. I'm not totally sure on what the gearing is in this, but everything pretty much fits. Supposedly this 5-lug swap is relatively straightforward. It's just a little bit of a mismatch of parts. So I'm actually gonna take this back apart, take some stuff off of the trailing arms that I got, maybe clean up the diff a little bit, just bust some of the flakiness off. I'm gonna send off the subframe to get it blasted, and then I gotta figure out a way to press out the remaining bushings, and then I'm gonna try to see what I can do to get the rest of the bushings that are still in the car off. So it's starting to feel a lot like the 7 Series, which I love. Just gonna keep on trucking, baby. Let's do it. So I just scrubbed up the diff. It's not cleaning up the best. I mean, it's still solid, but it's still pretty cooked at the same time. I gotta go get some food. I'm hungry. It's lunchtime, so check back in after lunch. All right, back from lunch. I'm gonna peel off all the stuff we don't need off of these bits, and then find a pallet to put it all on so that I'm not leaving a mess. for myself to clean tomorrow. Okay, so that's what I got to today, was just stripping stuff down. I already packed it up on this pallet. Both wheel bearings are bad. That one's a little shaky, and then this one drags like it's out of lube. Gotta replace those, but they were advertised as perfectly good bearings, which is another disappointment on top of the giant pile of disappointment that those were. The guy actually had the audacity to call me crazy for calling him out on the poor packing job that he did. Not quite sure how I want to deal with him yet. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, but I also overpaid for what I got. Seems to be a trend for this project. Case in point. I'm gonna call it for today. I'll be back tomorrow, and what I'll be doing tomorrow is actually trying to tackle these bad boys. We're underway. Both cars out of commission at the moment, but no shows. Gonna figure out some stuff tonight and get back at it tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Render. 2 shots. That still looks like a good stud. Well, that stuff took about 1% as long as I thought it was going to take, which is great. The next thing I think I'm going to do is try to get these dirty old shocks out of here. Super rusty up at the top. They're just like very minimal access. Like the bolt is like right back there, so, or one of them is. So I'm not really 100% sure on how I'm going to get to that back one. We'll give it a shot. This is pretty friggin' dickered. I'm gonna take the easy route first, see if there's any strategies I can devise to extract that. Otherwise, I may just go full turbo, whip out the cutting wheel. So, I've encountered perhaps one of the biggest design flaws I think I've ever experienced in a BMW. And it's this. So, you get another one of these bastards back there, and there's like no freaking way to get to it. I am really trying to refrain from using brute force, but I'm getting to that point. Hey, let's go, baby. So I brought in the big guns. Should have put on hearing protection for that. I really just want to crack you loose. Get some. Made a little bit of artwork. See that? They're gonna put me in the Met. Well, the suspension is fully extracted from this giant thing. I've done pretty much what I set out to do today, was finish the removal of the rest of the some components. But yeah, so I'll leave you guys with that. See you on the next one. Peace out.